since we got the repair done there,
Yeah.
and it was still under warranty,
Mm-hmm.
even though they made it seem like, oh, it's just under warranty. It's like, yeah, but it's still under warranty.
Yeah.
As though they didn't want to do it. You would think, yeah, let's just have them, let me just check the work that we did. Not even a major check, just a general basic check.
Mm-hmm.
And then on what they did, on the work that they did, since it's still under warranty, but I guess they didn't understand that. That's what was making me feel like thinking, am I saying the wrong thing here? Just that's how they made you feel. That's how they at least made me feel, but I know we weren't.
Yeah.
It just kind of made you feel a little bit odd. It's hard to find a good, I think it can be hard to find a good mechanic.
Yeah. And when we first took it to this shop, we knew it was going to be expensive.
Yes.
Because it's already an expensive job in itself, but then we wanted it done correctly, and so we figured, this place, it's been here for a while, and so why not just leave it in good hands and with somebody that's going to do it right. Don't matter the cost, because already as expensive as it is, but at least let's have it done right. And so we went off of Google reviews and the fact that that place has been there for so long that it would have been, as I'm saying, a good place to leave it there. However, what I came to realize after is that just because a place has been there for a while, where it says in service since 1947, what I came to find out is that, in fact, this place has been through different ownership.
It has been.
And so can you really say, well, yeah, I guess they can say in business since then, but is it fair? Not necessarily, because they're changing.
Yes.
And with that, they're changing people, because you might remember that when we dropped it off, by the time that we went to, in the middle of its repair, they even switched people.
Yeah, they did. I do remember that.
When we first paid people, the people that we first paid weren't the same ones that we picked it up from. And so that was our fault we didn't know.
No, we didn't. They took a while to start on the engine.
Also,
yeah, go ahead.
Where usually you pay for a repair after it's completely done. In this case, it wasn't. They had us pay half of it just because it was such a costly repair that it kind of made sense. I figured, okay, well, yeah, sure, we'll pay half, even though I wasn't accustomed to doing that.
Yeah, me neither.
It was that expensive where it kind of made sense, because what if they start on the repair and then you just leave them hanging? But at the same time,
that does make sense.
Who would just leave their vehicle there and not? So
yes,
because you would have thought the vehicle itself being there would have been collateral, because of course you want it back.
You want it back, yes.
But they wanted
they probably
half,
thought we couldn't afford it.
And at the same time, we went ahead and paid it.
Yes, we did.
And
go ahead. Yes,
it's as though we went ahead and took care of them. And so now that the car was sort of acting up, we wanted them to kind of take care of us. And when we were asking about it, it seemed we were getting, I don't know, the cold shoulder.
Yes, I was going to say
we were asking about it, and they were like, well, I don't know. And it's all we wanted is for them to check it out for us.
The work that they did.
I don't expect for them to work for free, but considering that it was so expensive that they would have did that, just because I'm certain the majority of the customers are not going in there and allowing them to make as much from a repair.
I know what you mean, yeah.
Because that's expensive as the repair is going to be. And so
next to a transmission repair, I'm sure.
I would imagine that they probably get, I don't know, maybe a dozen of those a year at most.
I was kind of thinking I don't know about you, but I do remember talking to you about it. When we first went in there to even ask about the engine, I kind of got, it's my fault, and I guess it's both of our faults, but I kind of got vibes of they didn't really want to do it. They didn't care.
Yeah.
And sometimes I wish I would have just, okay, actually, they did do a good job on the engine, though.
Mm-hmm.
You can give them that. It was expensive, but the engine's done. It runs incredible. But it seems as though they didn't want to work on it. Every time we went in there, they'd be like, well, I don't know. And I get it. I know it's an older vehicle, but they are a mechanic place.
You would have liked to believe that they would have taken care of you, because had it been my business, right, and I was a mechanic and somebody comes, I would have been like, yeah, sure, you're obviously willing to spend
we have
with
money.
me, so let me go ahead and take care of you.
For sure.
And so the fact that wasn't it, that's not how they went about it.
Yeah,
it made you feel uneasy.
Yes.
And makes you kind of think, man, like who can you really go to? Because the place seemed as one that has been there, as I'm saying, for a while. You almost got this feeling like, oh, maybe it's wholesome and still old school. And in fact, that's not what it was.
It looks old school. It does.
Yeah.
I remember, but maybe it's just not what it's hard to find a good mechanic, especially for older vehicles.
Because also the gentleman that was helping us, I was being cool about it, right?
Yeah, you were.
And so I was just asking him, can you give us an insight as to what the cost is going to be? Because even though at this point I realized, they're not going to just check out what they repaired and scratch that off. They're trying to charge, and which is fine. But then I was asking them, do you know what I'm going to be looking at? And they're like, well, we don't know. And it's like, I don't like that feeling of being in the dark and not knowing what to expect. Because what if they slap you with some crazy number after?
Yep.
And because you didn't ask about it, then you're going to be surprised with the unexpected bill. And so he couldn't even say, well, for a check, for a general inspection, we charge X amount. He couldn't give me that. And he said,
well, it took you about 3 times to ask him.
Yeah, and then he's like, well, we charge $115 an hour. I'm like, okay, now we're talking. That gives me an idea. That's all I wanted to know. But it seemed as though he wasn't really trying to help me out. And it wasn't just him. It was the other guy, too.
That's the other guy also.
He just kind of, I don't know. And it's like, dude, help us out here. Because I'd like to believe that we're helping you out by having done a major repair here. And so, it makes you just be discouraged with others.
Yes, I can definitely say we probably would not be going back to them. But you're right. It's just like I said. It's hard to find a good mechanic to work on older vehicles. But maybe one day we will find a good one, and once we do, we will stick with them. Yeah.
When we were inquiring at first, as you're saying, it seemed as though they didn't want to do it because it was, these, they really don't.
Yeah.
It's like, I know that. It's an older vehicle.
Yes, we know.
But we're willing to do it.
We have the money.
What's the
we
cost?
Can do it. Yes.
And the fact that it was kind of, it's almost as if they didn't want to do it. So it's kind of more on us, us still being a little stubborn and leaving it there. We should have just taken it elsewhere.
We should have.
But that one's on us.
That one is on us.
It is.
But still, we spent the money. We went back because the engine light came on. You would have thought they would have been like, oh, yeah, let me check it. I'll just do a basic check. Won't even charge you because I know you spent all that money, because I know that's what I would have done if we were the owners of a shop. I would have been like, no, it's up to me. But they just made me feel unwelcomed in a way.
Because we weren't asking for them to repair whatever the problem was.
We just wanted to.
We were just trying to rule out that whatever they fixed wasn't the problem, and then we could move forward. Not even, as I'm saying, not even repair it. So that's what I didn't understand, because they had said, well, if we look into it and what we fixed is not the problem, then yeah, this is why we don't know how much we're going to charge you. But in my mind, I was thinking, well, why can't you just look at what you repaired and tell us, yeah, that's not the problem, and then we're good.
And that's what we told him. That's why I was so confused. I'm thinking, oh, it just makes you feel so awkward in a way, because you think, am I the problem here, even though you know you're not.
Yeah.
But
and I will say, for the most part, I'm always pretty collected.
You are, yes. Everything, I saw the way you were talking.
And I wasn't even upset, or
no.
The last thing I'd like to come off as is disgruntled, or as, because I don't like making waves.
No, but sometimes you don't like making waves, but sometimes it's required. If
yeah, sometimes you just gotta.
I don't like doing it
put
either.
Your foot down, because it's like, dude, come on.
I hate confrontation.
I'm trying to be cool with you here. The whole time that we've had it, it's been, you know, we haven't gave them much of anything, and even from the beginning, it kind of started acting up, but we weren't being hypersensitive to it and just kind of let it be. And then now that we've taken it, it's, as he said, he was on some, well, it's just barely under warranty, and it's like, I'm thinking, yeah, it's also just barely been driven, if that's the case, because it's nowhere near the 100,000 mark of its warranty.
Just say you don't want to work on it. Yeah. just say you don't want to work on it. Sometimes I wish they would have said that.
Yeah, just hey, say you don't feel like it.
Yeah, actually, if they would have said that in the beginning, hey, we just don't want to work on it. It's over our heads. I would have been like, I actually would have
because there was a mechanic shop that we took it to, and they admitted, hey, our mechanics here, our techs, they're a lot younger, and it's older. I mean, the vehicle's older than what they're accustomed to. And so
I can respect that.
I can respect that. What I didn't respect is that they were trying to fix. Yeah, I remember it had a problem. We took it there, and they were trying to figure out what was the problem, and all the while we were paying for the repairs. Like, okay, it's not that. Okay, there's so much, that much there, and then a few hundred here. Oh, still not fixed. Okay, a few hundred there. God, so that's when I was like, okay, what's going on here? Because we can't just be fixing all these parts in vain that don't need to be fixed, all because you're just guessing at what what could be the problem.
Yes, the vehicles that we have are obviously older, and I enjoy my vehicle, but I also know that there's a lot of work that has to go into them. Yeah. But I'm willing to do it. I just hope that we can find a good, reliable mechanic.
Well, we do have one.
Yeah, we do.
We do have one. Yeah, we just didn't go to him initially because we didn't think that he did those.
You're right.
We didn't think he
There's
worked
so
with
many, I forget.
with Jasper and the whole remanufacturing process, but we found out later that in fact he does.
Yeah, and
we kind of met him as it was already there.
Yes.
And so had we known. Yeah, he even told us, I would have charged you a lot cheaper than what they did, which, again, that's on us.
I know.
It's on us.
Yeah, I do know who you're talking about now. Yeah, he's much more reliable.
Yeah.
He does not charge much, and he does a great job.
Yeah, and there's sometimes that he's not completely forgotten to do something there, where if it's something minor, that he's just repaired it on the spot, and then he's like, okay, you're good.
Yep.
Then...
That's how it kind of should be.
I asked, how much do I owe you? And he replies, no, you're good. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it next time or something. And so he's done that multiple times.
Yeah.
So it's cool that there is some repair shops that are are willing to back up their work.
Yes. We'll most likely just stick to him.
Yeah.
But I would say our cars are worth it. Our vehicles are worth it.
I would say so.
It got a little overwhelming at first.
Yes. Some people may say it's not. I would rather have an older vehicle that I know what I've repaired throughout the duration of me having it, as opposed to what am I trying to say here? You know what I'm trying to say here? Because it is, I guess, I know what I've repaired.
Yeah, instead of
And
going
so-
into another
let's
vehicle.
say if I sell this vehicle and get another one, I don't know what problems comes with
Mhm.
it. It may be good in the moment that you buy it, and then
might need
soon after have problems.
might need another engine or transmission.
Yep.
Those are the two major, the most costly, I believe, correct?
Yeah.
Is engine and
But there's
transmission.
somebody else can say, well, just buy a new one and
no.
have your problems solved.
That's not always true.
Yeah, because my brother had gotten a newer vehicle and it started having hiccups, mechanical hiccups soon after purchasing it. And so just because you buy something new doesn't mean...
And we also knew someone else that we worked with that just bought a brand new vehicle, and she started having problems with her car too.
Yeah. So it's a gamble with everything.
Yeah, it is.
But of course I like to believe that newer ones, something new would be more reliable, although that's not always the case.
It's not always the case, yeah.
But at least I can rest assured knowing that I know what I've fixed. And so say if I have a problem now, I know that it can't be certain things that I've fixed recently. So it has to be something else.
We've actually learned a lot
there's
about vehicles.
A lot.
We might as well become a mechanic.
A lot.
Work on our own vehicles.